Welcome, dear friends, to a serene world where olive greens and creamy whites dance together in gentle harmony. Today, we invite you into a story of vintage elegance and repurposed charm that feels like a warm embrace. Imagine sun-warmed walls, softly faded linens, and treasures found at tucked-away markets. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Share what piece of decor makes your heart flutter. This journey isn't just visual, it's emotional and deeply atmospheric. As you picture each vignette, allow yourself to slow down, breathe, and be inspired. Start by envisioning a palette rooted in nature, soft olive greens flowing into creamy whites. These colors echo the rolling fields of Provence, the inside of a well-loved farmhouse, and the gentle warmth of aged plaster. They tell stories of sunlit mornings and restful afternoons spent with a cup of coffee at a rustic table. In styling, let olive bring depth and history, while cream adds light, softness, and timeless ease. Take a moment to immerse yourself in this pairing. It sets the tone for every DIY you'll explore today. Picture yourself wandering a weekend flea market. There, you discover a worn wooden frame, an antique enamel pitcher, and a distressed shutter that begs for second life. These are the pieces that form the soul of your French country space. In styling, choose items with whispering stories, etched marks of time that add textures and depth. Lay them out on a vintage linen cloth on your kitchen table, and imagine how each piece will come alive with paint, patina, or softly worn finishing touches. This is where your creative heart begins to beat. Imagine walls brushed in a muted olive hue, just a shade lighter than fresh olives picked at dawn. This serves as a neutral yet character-rich backdrop that allows vintage accents to shine. As light spills across the surface, it creates subtle shadows and luminous warmth that make every object feel treasured. Whether you choose full walls or a single accent plane, this color invites coziness. Your camera captures every nuance, the gentle strokes, the imperfect edges, the beautiful imperfection that defines French country charm. In your mind's eye, see cream linen drapes billowing at open windows, sun filtering through their folds. Picture ultra-soft throw pillows atop a worn French provincial armchair. Cream brings softness and comfort, tempering the richer olive tones with gentle serenity. DIY dyeing or distressing these textiles can add bespoke artistry, tailor-made for your space. You can almost feel the texture between your fingers and hear the light rustle as you arrange them. These textiles create not just visual beauty but tactile sanctuary. Visualize an heirloom dresser given new life with a creamy wax finish, its lines softened and enhanced. Imagine dining chairs repainted in warm olive, seats reupholstered with vintage cream tapestry. These furniture pieces anchor your decor with authenticity and purpose. Viewers should sense the hands-on care, the sanding, the staining, the gentle brushing that went into each makeover. This is where DIY meets storytelling. Every brushstroke reveals intention, and every surface invites admiration. Here, see a long farmhouse table set for a leisurely brunch. Cream plates with scalloped edges nestle against olive-tone chargers. Repurposed glass bottles hold fresh sprigs of olive leaves and wildflowers. Lace napkins tied with twine add an intimate, handcrafted feel. Visualize the morning light catching on soft curves and natural textures. This tablescape evokes laughter, slow conversation, and the clinking of cups. It's a space that encourages lingering and connection, ideal for your next gathering of friends. Imagine a gallery wall where repainted frames in olive and cream house-pressed flowers, antique French postcards, and family sketches. Some frames might be distressed, some polished, yet all unified by color and care. This vignette ties together personal history with artistic flair. As your camera pans across this display, viewers see more than decoration, they see curation, taste, and thoughtful presence. Encourage your audience to include their own memories, gathered from travels or passed down through generations. Picture a repurposed wooden ladder leaning against a wall, draped with cream crocheted throws. Imagine olive-stained crates serving as open shelves for vintage ceramics and books. These functional elements elevate everyday living into artful moments. Highlight how a simple coat of olive paint can transform utilitarian items into design statements. The touch of cream softens and balances. Viewers can almost feel the practicality combined with beauty, a hallmark of French country living that makes spaces both useful and deeply fulfilling. Envision small vases dotted throughout your space, each holding olive branches picked fresh or delicately preserved. Their slender leaves and muted greens breathe life into corners and tabletops alike. This organic component complements repurposed wood and cream textiles, knitting the design together with rhythm and coherence. As sunlight drapes over these natural accents, the room feels alive, serene, and intimately connected to nature. It's a subtle yet powerful way to infuse French country authenticity. Picture an ornate vintage mirror framed in weathered cream at the end of a hallway. It captures and reflects light from nearby windows, creating depth and luminosity. Smaller olive-tinted mirrors scattered around make even cozy nooks feel expansive. These aren't just functional pieces, they're art. As the lens moves across them, each reflection tells a new story, shifting with light and season. Encourage viewers to hunt for mirrors with character, patina, and history, then let those pieces amplify the soul of their homes. Think of olive wood cutting boards, gently sanded and oiled to reveal lively grain patterns. Place them on countertops or hang them as decorative accents. These pieces echo the palette and infuse natural warmth. Invite your audience to imagine the scent of olive wood, the tactile pleasure of its smooth surface, and the visual rhythm it brings to kitchens or living areas. These subtle yet meaningful touches cultivate sensory richness and elevate everyday objects into cherished decor. In your vision, cream ceramic pitchers and bowls sit atop open shelving, their soft curves catching light like gentle whispers. Each piece feels handcrafted, imperfect in the most inviting way. These ceramics bring calm permanence to countertops and dining surfaces. Show how combining them with olive sprigs or wildflowers creates dynamic, layered styling that feels both intentional and effortless. Through your narration, viewers should feel encouraged to collect, curate, and celebrate pieces that make daily moments feel extraordinary. Imagine amber glass pendants and cream linen lampshades glowing at dusk. Warm light spills across olive walls and vintage wood surfaces, crafting ambience that feels like golden hour captured indoors. This lighting softens every corner, inviting quiet conversation and reflective pauses. Highlight how gentle illumination is not merely functional, it sets mood. Through your narrative, viewers will sense the emotional impact of light and be inspired to choose fixtures and bulbs that bring richness and comfort to their own homes. Picture a wreath of dried olive branches and cream blossoms resting upon your front door. It greets visitors with understated elegance and sets the tone for what lies within. Entryways become portals of warmth and welcome as layered textures and repurposed elements guide the eye inward. Encourage viewers to create wreaths using foraged or repurposed materials, cotton bowls, ribbon remnants, aged bells, that echo their personal style and locale. This integral detail becomes a gesture of hospitality that resonates deeply each time a door opens. See a cozy nook by a window, layered with cream cushions and an olive-tone throw. An antique side table holds a soft glow candle and a well-worn book. This corner becomes a haven, a place to read, dream, or sip tea as morning sun filters through. The storytelling here isn't just about aesthetics, it's about how design supports well-being. Invite your audience to craft their own retreats, places to rest and rejuvenate, infusing them with color, texture, and intention. Visualize a weathered outdoor bench brushed in olive paint, draped with cream cushions and surrounded by potted herbs. Clay pots, vintage watering cans, and repurposed metal accents bring life to porches and patios. The boundary between indoors and outdoors dissolves, creating seamless continuity. Viewers should feel the breeze, hear the rustle of leaves, and imagine morning coffee in this sunlit scene. These outdoor spaces become extensions of interior style, cohesive, inviting, and deeply soulful. Imagine the seasons passing, with your olive and cream foundation adapting through simple swaps, wildflowers replaced by dried wheat in fall or fresh sprigs of rosemary in winter. The palette remains constant, yet it evolves with texture and life. This fluidity lets your space feel alive and responsive to nature's rhythm. Highlight how small changes, a new throw, fresh foliage, a repainted frame, can invigorate without overwhelming. This approach keeps decor beautiful, manageable, and endlessly inspiring. Now, invite your viewers to take these ideas and make them uniquely theirs. Encourage collecting vintage pieces with meaning, choosing colors that comfort and inspire, and repurposing found objects with intention. Remind them that French country style isn't rigid, it's living, breathing, and adaptable. Every space tells its own story through choice, texture, and light. As you narrate this invitation, imagine viewers leaning forward, excited to create, experiment, and fall in love with their homes all over again. As we close, envision your own olive and cream sanctuary, bathed in soft light, filled with cherished objects, and alive with warmth. Thank your audience for joining you on this creative adventure. Summarize how vintage pieces, repurposed treasures, and intentional styling create not just beautiful spaces, but heartfelt experiences. Invite your viewers again to like, comment with their favorite idea, and subscribe for more inspiration. Remind them that their home is a reflection of their story, waiting to be beautifully told.